Welcome! This is Dicebag, and we're running our first real session of the Crytures West Marches campaign here. So, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and your characters real quick, and we'll dive right into it.
Should we go from left to right on your Roll20?
Sure.
Oh shoot, that's
That's you?
I know what's left and right. Anyway, despite the change in profile picture, this is Evergrade Artistry. Artist, gamer, streamer, and currently playing Lester or Less Hyde, member of the Root Run Militia, eager to deal with creature-related problems to keep the peace. Not just so he doesn't have any headaches in the future. Totally.
Alright. Good thing we have at least one militia guy with us. I think the other two are not militia.
Oh, they're not. Oh boy.
Yeah, well, you are correct. My name is Hunter. Other people may know me as the Ultra.
Frickin', I closed some tabs and that was not enough apparently.
Well, the YouTube is up. I'm just waiting for the Twitch.
Okay, that's good.
I'm watching on the Rumble, and it seems to be. It's got your thing moving now on there that I can see.
Alright.
Alright, Twitch is up.
Those are the important ones. So,
Just can't see any of the chat on right now.
If that's all good, then I guess let's keep going. And hope shit doesn't crash again.
Alright,
Nice.
then that makes me Cat with a Mouse, and I will be Ed, son of Edward, from the League of Magi, who just loves aminals and wants to just learn what he can, and is the group lovable oaf.
Oh no, we've got two squishy mages.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really know magic, so...
Oh,
Doesn't he have 1 point in magic?
I
Nope.
have 1 point in magic.
Where am I getting this? Your macros might be messed up, if that's the case.
now I'm paranoid about my macros.
I'll have to, like, look at your character sheet. But, yeah. This time, the first stop here, we are going to be, or at least these guys are going to be, hunting down a nest of creatures, or at least trying to. We'll see if they actually get that far. But that's the goal here. So, just to brief you all on the quest. First of all, let me get up the actual quest. This says, attacks on the livestock and villagers of Wilderglade have increased as of late, and a growing nest of skittle are suspected to be the cause. Any conjurers who slay these beasts may bring their essence to Lord Gideon of Wilderglade, and be paid a bounty. Destroy the nest and return with their eggs, and you will be handsomely rewarded. So yeah, Wilderglade is up towards, like, the, let's see, northwest here. So that's kind of the direction you guys are going to be looking in. And they're very close by, so you shouldn't need to go very far. And before you guys set out, we can kind of decide, like, when you guys want to set out, like, if we want to see if there's any bad weather happening. Also, I'm really trying to bring up the proper Windows. Since OBS crashed on me, let me see.
Okay.
And I see Pony in the chat, of course.
Yeah, hey Pony
Is he
Boy, and Cohet's there too over in Rumble. Assuming the
Pony
chat is
Boy.
still there. No, we're
I'd like to
not
say on the
turning
record
on
that I am not
Geronimo
late.
for this one.
Although Geronimo would work as probably an NPC.
Let you talk to
Like
the
the
chat as
Verdant
the
King.
NPCs. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyways, you guys can go ahead and look at the whatchamacallit, the things, the store inventories, and see what kind of stuff you might want to pick up. You're going into a pretty dense part of the Vivid Vale for this.
So where would we find said store on your website?
Look in the Discord, actually.
It's just.
In
Oh, the Discord.
Oh, okay.
rules and resources is where I put those.
Rules and
Alright, got it.
And Ponyboy is out here spitting out facts that people can't hear.
Well, that's good.
Accusing Cohead of being a fetishist.
Not again.
A feeple, if you will.
Well, Ed's got 240 cash, so he'd probably only have probably a little bit on him. Because most of the stuff he has is just weaponry and armor.
Right.
So
How
he'd
long will-
probably be the one with holding the camping kit stuff.
Let me pull up Les's sheet.
We probably each need our own camping kit to be safe.
Maybe. Like, let's see, what's in the camping kit exactly? I forget.
Yeah, because some of the stuff in the camping kit is stuff that I already bought. So.
Right. Yeah, you're probably gonna need your own bedroll. You're definitely gonna need a water skin. You will need
Bedroll.
water for short rests to refill your health.
Forgot a water skin.
The water skin holds 3 units of water, which are, I think, forget if is it a pound or a half a pound? I don't remember off the top of my head. And then food. For food, you're probably gonna need like one for like every day you expect to be out there, which you're gonna be out there. It's pretty close by, so you don't need to go far. It just kind of depends on how long you guys want to stay out there.
Okay. I've got rations and I've got a water skin. Does anyone have flint and steel?
I don't think so. I do, but I was trying to do some math here so I could just buy the whole camping kit.
Let me check. Yeah, maybe I'll just go for the camping kit. It's got 2 of the 5 things I need anyway. Take out my bedroll and water skin. That will all be part of that. Actually, camping kit. Yeah, I'll get a camping kit to be safe.
I'm assuming all those numbers is how much everything it costs.
Right.
We're definitely going to need some torches too, I think, more than likely.
I've got 2 torches.
I need to figure out where the frickin' weather tables I made up are.
How much does a camping kit weigh?
You're gonna have to look up the stuff on the website for that one. Most of that should be under gear, the gear section.
Actually, oh, you're right. I've got the weight of most of this, so I just need to look up how much the survival knife weighs. The rest of it's pretty light.
Oof.
Yeah, I already got some rope. I bought that earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna buy like 3 torches.
Alrighty.
Just to be safe.
And let's see. Ah, there it is. Weather
You said
is
something about
another thing that I had to track down for myself.
Hmm.
The current day is extremely windy, by the way. You're suffering a windstorm. So if you guys want to like delay a day, I'll give you guys like the whole week to do something. Since we are going at like 1 week of game time is a month of real time.
I think Ed would probably be thinking of going out just to explore, to try and get a lay of the land. Just all armor alone and his camping kit just sort of strolls out into the night.
Les would just be doing some research on the general area to know what to expect. You'd want to take care. You want to get this done ASAP.
Right.
Quick question, what's the difference between food and rations?
Rations don't spoil.
Okay.
Food goes bad after a day.
Oh, okay, I need to refix that then.
By the way, the windstorm, what I have here written down, ranged attacks get a -2 roll modifier. Open flames are extinguished. Travel costs 1 additional stamina, but you're not going far, so that's not a big deal. And flight and levitation speeds are halved. Those are the game effects of the windstorm. So if you guys want to delay, I'll roll up the next day for you.
No, Ed would definitely go out and sort of harumph at Richard for having an aminal with fire in a storm. And then he just walks out with the psychid all bundled up and out.
Oh,
Yeah, that actually does raise an interesting point. Would
Yep.
the wind affect my Torquish?
not it specifically, but it's gonna have a hard time starting fires for you.
Okay.
Also, he is big on ranged attacks, so those are gonna take a penalty.
Yeah.
Also, what is Ed Psychic's nature, by the way?
Ed's psychic is noble nature.
Noble. Okay. I'm going to put that in the parentheses on the token so I can see it really easily and know when you guys are acting against your creature's nature. Probably a good idea for you guys to delay since 2 of your creatures are lazy anyways.
I was about to say, just Torkish and Arbo are just kind of, they're like resting back to back against each other, just being like,
Okay.
I'm fine. I don't want to get caught in a storm right now.
Yeah. Well, if you wait out the day, the next day is clear. So, no penalties, no nothing. Just nice weather.
well, I guess we better get going then. Now that while the weather's nice enough for us.
Finally. Not in a rush, but this is gonna dig at the back of my skull until we get it done.
All right. Are you guys finished your shopping trip then?
I think I got everything I needed for now. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Got a camping kit, and I think I'll grab 2 potions.
Oh, I didn't even think about potions. That might be helpful. That was.
I'm gonna
One
be
thing
in
I
the
didn't think
front
about.
lines. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the front lines, so I do think I kind of need them.
Yeah, I'll just buy like 2 health potions for now, and then I think I'll be good. I bought like a week's worth of rations just in case.
Alright. Let's see. Hold on. I need to pull up what's his name, Ed's character sheet real quick. Let me see this. Okay, Ed's got 2 in melee, I see. Alright. It must... I was thinking of your other character, I think, Cat, when I said
Kara.
they had 1 in magic or something. But yeah.
Yeah, that was Kara Lee.
Alright, so, just to preface the quest here, one of the things I'm trying to do with creatures is to kind of give like a gamified framework for a lot of common quests that you might deal with, so you can act... So you have like an idea of what you can do just on a basic level, and also so DMs have something to work with on the fly without having to rule everything off the top of their heads. So if you see the handouts section in the journal tab, it should have a handout for tracking actions. And those are some basic things you can do to kind of find out what you need. And for tracking, what you're going to need to do is gather information. You're going to need to find a game trail, first of all. And then you'll have to search for clues left behind to find the rest of the trail and catch up to whatever creatures you're following. And along the way, you can like spend some of those clues as like a resource to gain other information on the packs you're following. And that'll be kind of how we gamify the thing. So,
of course, I choose to have mine set in dark mode so I can just barely make it out.
oh yeah, that's annoying.
Where's the journal tab?
Of course, Ed's
It's on
sense
the
is
right.
very high, so it's a nice balance.
So the tab's on the right. It is the 3rd tab over. Is the journal.
On the website?
On Roll20.
Oh.
Right, from left to right, you got chat, art library, then journal.
Right. So, about what time do you guys want to set out?
like I
would say-
said, Ed would probably have already left last night.
Well, how are you gonna be in the group?
He'd probably just be out behind wherever they were staying as a way to sort of test out how to survive in the environment. Remember, he's not book smart.
Okay, so are the other guys gonna have to find you?
Yeah, so
All right, looks like your
Lester
first
would-
thing to track down is Ed.
yeah, yeah. Lester would wake up in the morning because he'd be anxious to start, but he'd actually leave. He wouldn't leave until a few hours later to make so that Arbor would rest. He had a feeling Arbor would be very difficult, a little difficult to deal with, but also felt a little bad for him. Alright, come on, you had plenty of time to rest.
Yeah,
Let's get this-
Evergrade's character would probably... Richard would wake up whenever Evergrade's character finally, like, rouses him from his sleep, like, come on, get up!
Oh, so I'm waking you up too.
Well, it's like, I didn't go out with him, I'm with you, but I'm just how Richard is. He's just kind of like, I don't want to go. Like, 5 more minutes.
Join the club. Join the club, pal. We gotta get this. We gotta get this done. The sooner we start, the sooner we're finished.
You see, just straighten out his red wizard robe he wears over his clothes, and then he just grabs his pointy red hat, this pointy red wizard hat that he wears.
Oh, and don't poke your eye out with that thing.
Let's see.
Okay, Mom.
Now I
Tuck in
asked
your shirt.
what time you're setting out, so I know when night comes.
Yeah, probably like what, late morning or the earlier afternoon.
I was thinking probably like mid to late morning.
So like what, 9 o'clock?
9 or I'm thinking 10.
Yeah, 10 o'clock sounds good.
All right.
Not terribly late, but not great either.
Gives enough time for both of us to get our creatures out of their lazy stupor.
Get our yep.
Okay, so you're gonna have to find Ed.
Okay, so let's. I don't suppose Ed left a trail for us.
Well, we're gonna have to find that out. Unless he deliberately did it.
He did not deliberately leave a trail. He's one with his creature side. He would try to not leave a trail if he does not want to.
All right. Then
Makes-
you guys are gonna have to make some rolls.
Alrighty.
Who's the tracker? I mean, who's good at that actually? Ed probably is.
Yep.
Yeah. Tracking.
We're
Would
looking at.
tracking be tail quarry or?
Oh, let's see. Let me pull it up. Well, first off, you're gonna have to kind of pick up the trail. So why don't we just go with sense plus survival or zoology.
I got 1 in zoology.
I don't have anything in zoology or survival.
I got 3 in sense, 1 in zoology, so I can roll 4 dice for this.
What are we rolling for?
It's sense plus either survival or zoology.
Right.
Sounds plus survive. Okay,
Why don't you
so
both
my
just
sense is
give me that roll?
3. Yeah,
That's what
that's
I'm working on.
in that case, it's going to be 4d10 for me. My sense makes up for it.
All right. Lester is keen-eyed enough to pick up on Ed's trail. He's not as stealthy as he thinks. Lucky for you guys.
Either that or Les just is that good.
He's not. He doesn't have much for brains, but he can pick up on something's bugging him.
All right, so if that's the case, what has Ed been up to? Has he been looking for a trail or anything?
Mostly Ed has just been understanding the ground of the local area, seeing how the weather reacts to the trees, to the grass, how it would react to a human or a creature. He's just figuring out how things would live.
Okay, well, wherever Ed is holed up, you guys have come upon him after a little bit of walking.
You'd probably find him outside the building, coiled up under his 50 feet of rope like a weird nest.
Les is gonna nudge Richard's shoulder. Is that the guy we have to meet up with?
And he's up in a tree currently?
No, he is underneath a tree.
Oh, underneath a tree.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
stormy. He knows not to climb a tree during a storm.
I
It
hope
He
was
there's
does
no
stormy.
have
lightning.
2 in intellect.
I'll just walk out to him and I'll just tap his leg with my staff. Just
You sure this isn't some kind of new creep? I don't know. This
At
could
that
be
point,
some.
at that point, I just give him a good bonk right in the chest. Just boom.
Oh, hello.
Okay, good. You're not some sort of new creature.
I am not a creature. I am human. This is a creature. And then he just points to the psychic that's curled up in his lap.
I look over to Evergrade's character and I'll tell, what's your character's name, Evergrade?
Lester or less.
I look over to Lester and I'm just like, you sure he's not a creature? He could probably pass for one.
I don't know if he's hairy enough to count. Actually, no. His psychic's just shedding on him. Unless. Yeah, I don't want to think about it. Come on. I got one lazy bones to manage. I don't want to deal with two more for too long.
All right,
job to
all right,
do.
I'm coming. And then you see him quickly gather up everything perfectly and just stands there at attention, like, where are we going now?
From his time in the Urban Rangers, you learned all that, huh?
Well, he's part of the League of Magi, so it's just stuff he learned on the farm or wherever he learned it.
Right. All right. So your party is together. Now you actually get to do things.
As far as I recall, we've got to find a nest of sitters or
Skittles.
skittish or something. Yeah, whatever they're called, and they're around this area.
Wait, the creature is called Skittles?
Skittle. With 2 Ds.
Skittle. Oh, Skittle.
Skidole. Yes, Skidole.
Basically a Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh.
Yeah, if you look on Twitch, you can see what the Skittle is.
Yeah, I see it because it's showing up on Rumble too.
He's just a little guy.
Just a little
Looks like
guy.
Cinnamon Roll. Looks like Cinnamon Roll could kill you.
Possibly.
So first order of business, what are you guys up to?
Well, Ed would probably want to be looking over Les's shoulder at the quest order and seeing, wait, what with the eggs?
I think this is gonna look over at it. You want us to bring him back to them. Either to cook you. They have a theory it's either to cook them or to hatch Skittles of their own.
Ooh, I want to hatch a Skittle.
Kind of want.
I will love it and hug it, and I shall name him Sydney.
You kind of want
Or start calling your character Mondo at this point.
I don't want to. Kind of want to.
Mondo like candy.
I want to see. I want to see what they taste like. But I also don't know if they're poisonous.
All creatures are poisonous if you try to eat them.
Hmm.
So I guess we're trying to look for signs of where the Skittle might be in this forest.
That would be a good place to start.
Yep.
Right?
So to do that, you'll want to make the same roll you just used.
All right.
Mhm.
So sense and zoology. So speaking of which, so when I roll these dice, how do I know what am I looking for to succeed?
High numbers.
Alright, so with sense plus zoology, that's
1 second.
7d10.
Lester's gonna try looking for any like obvious scrapes or skitter marks. He's not looking for anything technical.
Right. Don't need to look for anything specific yet. Just signs. So Richard isn't seeing anything. Like, the area you're in is pretty dense. There's like a lot of foliage coverage. It's hard to see what's going on. Lester
Keep getting.
rolls a 10. He gets 3 successes. The 9 and the 10
Nice.
are both successes. And Ed is in tune with nature, but only scores 1 success. So you guys are able to pick up on your first trail. Let me...
Yeah, this dice roller is hard.
Yeah. Richard just keeps getting his wizard robe caught on branches as they're walking through. Like, dang it, dang it.
Lester's just kicking the right rocks, and it leads towards something suspicious.
Alright, now I am going to have to bring up another set of random tables here. Alright, your first trail area that you find is not very big. So let me get this set up and bring you guys over there. There we go. You guys on the next scene here?
Yep, we're all here.
Right.
Alright, you just
Got
got
a little something drawn.
this small little clearing here. And the grass here is really tall. It's kind of hard to see what's down there in the ground. There's also a big cluster of bushes over in this area. And let's see. You got a big old patch of wildflowers growing in here as well. And we'll just throw these up here. So here's your first scene here. This is where you pick up your first signs of the trail. So now you can use your main action. We are in strategic time, by the way. And strategic time passes, in this instance, at about half an hour a turn. So you can spend your turn investigating the things and picking up tracks and clues as to what the creatures are, where they went, what the pack is like, and all that, as detailed in the handout specifically. And in strategic time, you've got a focused action and a passive action each turn. You can do two things.
Okay.
It would probably go straight for the bush and investigate it for things.
All right. Go ahead and
Lester
move.
would be curious.
Go ahead and move Ed over to the bush and make your, what is it?
That'd be inspect a
Inspect
feature
the
for
feature.
clues.
That's right.
So that's sense plus observation, which is 5d10.
Let's see, what have we got?
A total of 22.
Yeah, we don't worry about the totals here.
Right.
Let's see.
Well, one of those d10s is a natural 1.
Yep. On the other hand, you do score one success. So you're digging through the bushes there, and you do find signs of creatures being here. You find some like chitinous residue on here, indicating that these things have probably been through here. Probably hiding around or playing in the bushes here. So that's one clue you guys have. You're gonna need to figure out like 3 clues to find the actual direction you need to go for the next scene here.
Okay.
I would go over to the butterflies, where the butterflies are in this. I'd be looking around that area.
Right.
And so I guess this is also inspect the feature for clues as well.
Right.
All right, so let's see. Sense plus observation. Let me see what I got for observation. Let's see. 3 sense. And only 1 observation, so 4 again.
Alright, that is 1 success. You do find some bent stems, kind of indicating that they did pass through there. So they're probably going in a certain direction. You're not quite sure which direction they went, though, so a 3rd clue would solidify that. So Lester, what is Lester doing?
All right. And what were the areas? The bushes, butterflies, and what else?
That's all. It's just a small area. And just because you scored a success doesn't mean you found all the clues.
I'm gonna look. All right, since the butterflies seem to be preoccupied, and Lester's gonna look for the bushes, even though he is gonna be near the butterflies because he's curious about them. He's gonna have a look in here. Sense plus observation, so might have made a mistake with an early roll, but this one, it's just 3d10. So let's see. 3d10. I think I got 1 success.
Alright, yeah, that is 1 success here. Let's see. Yeah, you also find more residue there. Kind of establishing which direction they've gone. It looks like they, let's see. Looks like they passed through and they're probably going to the south.
All right.
Yes, we're going south then.
Right.
Works for me. Works for me.
So if you're going to follow the trail there, you got some actions you can do. Let's see, following the
Okay.
trail costs 3 clues, as it says. You can also try to sneak around, or you can, you know, keep an eye out. So that's just will increase your alertness from any kind of encounters you might run into between scenes. Or you can try to rush, run them down, and get there a little faster by spending a stamina.
Okay. If one of us wants to stalk, would that just affect that one character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you'll be rolling for the whole party, the one character.
Okay, so if I roll for the party, I'd be able to roll a 70-10 to stalk. That's okay with everyone else.
Oh, I'm completely fine with that.
Ed's just licking the stuff while he's waiting.
All right.
Oh, now I'm
Licking the
getting
residue, seeing how it
vibes
tastes.
of the guy, that big old giant from the Goonies.
Sloth.
Babe Ruth.
Lester's just gonna grab a stick and nudge his hand away from his mouth. Don't have to keep out weird stuff out of my creature's mouth. I don't want to do it with the humans.
Well, how else are we supposed to know what they eat?
Why would you want to know what they eat?
So we can track them. Duh.
Are we?
You just hear that face palm from Richard.
Lester's gonna glare. Fair, and he's just gonna say, "Fair point, but I'd like to recommend one that involves less ingestion."
And it just looks indifferent and walks up to Richard out of the bush like,
All right. Follow my lead and fingers crossed that I don't screw up. I'm gonna roll to stalk.
All right.
10.
7 dice is a pretty good roll. Oof.
Richard with a 10 mixed in there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot
He
of.
always like.
That's a lot of successes. Lester is a sneaky boy. Probably helps that there's a very dense woodland here stalking through as well.
Lester's like the woodlands, dense, because he blends in.
It's like, what's that, Ed? You think you found the trail? It's like, show us where they are, Bart. Show us.
woof, woof, scratch, scratch, scratch.
All right. Well, lucky for you guys, you don't hear any signs of any other creatures coming around. The coast seems pretty clear here. We're gonna roll up the next scene here.
Did I hit something? Oh no, it's you. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I am rolling on my proc gen stuff. All right. You track the place to a much bigger area. Let's see. You got a nice sized clearing over here. So if you want to move your guys in this direction, we'll start filling it out with the features that you can see here.
Righto.
The ground here is quite rocky. And it looks like there are the windstorm that came through yesterday has done a number. And you've got a couple of fallen trees that have been knocked over. Here and here. Let's see. There's also a little bit of a creek running through the middle of here. Just drizzle making its way through. On the far side, there is an enormous mushroom of unusual size.
And Richard just goes, "That's an enormous mushroom of unusual size."
It sure is.
Even Ed would sort of go, "That is not a bush."
Also, hello there, Jolty Bolty, in the chat. Welcome.
You probably shouldn't eat that.
I know not to eat that. It is impossible to cook.
It may send you on a trip, and not in the good way.
That'll lead to quite the fall.
But then again, think about the magical studies we could do with such a what's what I'm looking for? Specimen.
Studying. No, pass. Come on, let's have a look around.
Alright, so I guess we could just start. We could each choose another action to do as we approach the scene, or is there anything else we
Right.
see as we go?
That's all you see as it is.
Alright.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna wrap up the episode here. Thanks for watching, and since you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But most importantly, leave me some feedback in the comments. The game is still in development, so I'd like to hear what people think. And if you want to see more, I've got all these sessions on a playlist that you can watch back to back. There's also a bunch of links in the description for other places that you can find creatures. So, until next time, farewell, conjurers, and may you walk the waking dream.